All right, Shalom. First off, I'm going to start out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Yahweh being the Heavenly Father's true name, Yahushua being the name of his only begotten Son. Giving double honor unto the elders and the apostles, the grand millstone, who rule well and teach well. And peace, blessings, and salutations to all you walking throughout the four corners of the earth, continuing to push and do the works in truth and in sincerity. All right, this is Brother Mashawa and the men coming up under the branch out here in the morning camp. Just with a quick lesson once again, and just pretty much going into how only a remnant, all right, is gonna understand this truth and get it, okay? Because like Yahweh Shai said in Matthew, which is what I'm gonna start off with, all right? Because the apostles were going into it in their live sit down as well, so I figured I'd do a lesson on it. This is Matthew chapter 11. Salakia. Matthew 7 and verse 13. And it reads, "Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat." All right, so this is what Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua was saying to his the disciples that he was with, that he was teaching. He was telling them to enter in at the straight gate. All right, and straight meaning not like a straight line, but straight as in the path of difficulty. All right, which is only what, like it says, Salakia, as verse 14 says, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few, all right, few there be which that find it. All right, so it's only, once again, it's only a few that are gonna actually come in and take heed, all right, onto this word and this truth, okay? Because once again, broad is the way which leadeth broad is the way, all right, that leadeth unto destruction, and that's what a lot of people gonna choose. All right, and broad, okay, in the times that we're in, it could be you can really just say anything but the truth, really. All right, of the world, okay. One to just really wanted to ultimately wanted to build within Esau Edom's kingdom. All right, because like it not to shift gears, but like it says real quick, I'm gonna grab this because you know spirits like the wind, so how you grab different things. But this is Micah chapter 2. Micah chapter 2 and starting at verse 10. And it reads, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with the sword destruction." All right, so what? This is ultimately the mentality that the remnant, all right, the men of the Lord, okay, are in, all right, because ultimately we understand that, just like it said, this is not your rest, all right. But what, for these other jakes, these other 2/3, okay, hey, they comfortable, they love it here, all right, this is their rest, all right. But back onto the topic. From there, I'm gonna go to I'm gonna grab Ezekiel 11. But you know what? Before I grab that, I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna grab Isaiah. All right, because like it was prophesied. Ultimately, the reason why many of them can't get it is because, like the Lord told Isaiah, which is what we're gonna grab. Isaiah 6 is starting at verse. I'll start at verse 6. Isaiah 6 and 6. Then flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with the tongs from off the altar, and he laid it upon my mouth and said, Lo, this hath touched thy lips, and thine iniquity is taken away, and thy sin purged. Verse 8, also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, Here am I, send me. Right, so the Lord was he was going to send Isaiah to go and speak unto the 2/3, right? well, Salakia, not the 2/3, but ultimately to warn the nation of Israel, right? Verse 9, it says, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed. All right, so what? He said pretty much the Lord was telling him, look, go tell them, but what? They're not going to understand. All right. And that's exactly, once again, the reason why 2/3, all right, of yeah. Salakia, I was focused reading it within my book, but I didn't pull it up on the screen. Salakia Akim, but it was Isaiah 6 and 9. Yeah, once again, Salakia for that. But yeah, ultimately that's the reason why a lot of them can't get it. All right, because like it says, verse 11, then said I, Lord, how long? And he said, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate. Right. So ultimately, once until the destruction, all right, until the destruction comes, they're not going to be able to get it. All right. Verse 12, and the Lord have removed men. And the Lord have removed men far away, and there be a great forsaking in the midst of the land. Verse 13, but yet in it shall be a tenth, Salakia, but yet in it, and this is another point I wanted to focus on right here. Verse 13, but yet in it shall be a tenth, and it shall return and shall be eaten as a tall tree and as an oak whose substance is in them. When they cast their leaves, so the holy seed shall be the substance thereof. All right, so what? It says, but yet in it shall be a tenth. Okay, so that's that remnant, all right, that's going to return. All right, like it says in Isaiah 9, which is what we're going to grab. All right, this is Isaiah 9. So like Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 9. Except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been like unto Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, so what? Only that remnant, all right, that's left is the ones that are going to return and once again take heed unto the word, right? So from there, let's go to we're gonna grab Romans. Matter of fact, I'm gonna grab Hebrews because it goes in perfectly with what I just brought out. Let's grab Hebrews. This is Hebrews chapter 4. Hebrews chapter 4 and starting at the top. Let us therefore, well, I'll just get to the point. Hebrews 4 and 2. For unto us was the gospel preached as well as unto them, but the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. All right, so what? It was preached unto them, but like Isaiah 6 said, okay, they weren't able to get it, right? So it's the same thing that it's saying here. It was preached unto them, but what? It wasn't mixed with faith. So yeah, they could hear you speaking and saying it, but ultimately they're not gonna perceive it like the Lord or the angel told Isaiah. Because ultimately the Lord, all right, he only wants a small remnant. All right, because like it even says, I'm gonna grab this real quick. I'm gonna look for it here real quick. This is second Ezra chapter 9, and starting at verse 22. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. All right, so it's saying what? Let the Lord's grape, all right, the remnant, Okay, let the remnant be saved, okay, from the destruction to come. All right. So uh, from there, let's go to Romans. Romans chapter 11 and starting at I'll just get to the point. Romans 11 and 4. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Even so then at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. All right. So even at this present time, like Paul stated, all right, and we can apply it once again in the times that we're in right now. Okay, it's a remnant, all right, that's not gonna bow the knee. Okay, ultimately to the image that Esau Edom, okay, is trying to push. All right, because as it was prophesied in Revelation 13. Okay, it says he causeth all, or he had power to give life unto the image. All right, which is what ultimately the way of the Roman system. All right, that they're replicating in this kingdom right now. All right, and a lot of these people, all right, 2/3 included, they're gonna follow suit, all right, and take heed onto that. All right, but the remnant, all right, they're not gonna take that. They're not gonna once again take that. See it, okay. So from here, let's go to Romans 11, jumping down to Romans 11, jumping down to 7. And it reads, What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. According as it is written, the Most High hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, unto this day. And David saith, Let their heart be made a snare, and a trap, and a stumbling block, and a recompense unto them. All right, so what? This is the same thing, okay, that's being reiterated by Paul here, but he's saying what? Just like it was saying in Isaiah, okay, the remnant, once again, are the only ones that are going to obtain. The elect, okay, are the ones that are going to obtain and be able to understand and get this word. But once again, the rest, they're going to be blinded. All right, but yeah. So I still had Ezekiel. I wanted to grab. All right, this is Ezekiel 11 and 16. And it reads, Therefore say, Thus saith the Lord power, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come. All right, so what it's saying, though we casted them afar off, okay, being the nation of Israel, okay, but what in the places that they're scattered abroad, okay, he's gonna be onto them as a little sanctuary. So what? That represents what these camps, all right, all throughout the different countries, all right. That's the Lord, okay, being a small sanctuary onto them, you know, because when you look at it grand scale, okay, you got billions of people within these different countries, but what? It's only a small remnant, okay, of those small camps that are out there on the highways and byways, you know. So, but I think that was pretty much the point. Just going into how only a remnant, once again, is going to receive this. So, Lord's will is edifying. Lord's will, it made sense. So, like once again for not pulling up certain precepts within on the screen. So, but with that, I'm gonna say call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Ruchak Wadash when the Spirit upon me to do this lesson, and giving double honor unto the elders and the apostles, a great millstone who rule well and teach well. And peace, blessings, and salutations to all you walking throughout the four corners of the earth, continuing to push and do the works in truth and in sincerity. With that, shalom.